Imagine a freezing Ice Age night. The wood pile is empty, and the fire is fading fast. Now, picture a human bone fragment under a magnifying glass, with precise tool marks. For Ice Age humans, finding fuel was a constant challenge across vast, treeless landscapes. Snow-covered branches and wet, frozen wood offered little warmth for essential campfires. Fires were crucial for cooking, warmth, light, and processing animal hides in harsh conditions. Wood availability varied wildly across regions, seasons, and climates during the vast Ice Age. The Ice Age was not uniformly treeless, varied vegetation patterns dotted the ancient world. Animal bones were always available after successful hunts, a common byproduct of sustenance. If the last of the wood vanished before nightfall, would you place animal bones in the fire? Using animal bones as fuel was often an opportunistic choice, a matter of utilizing available resources. Bone rarely replaced wood entirely, it likely supplemented fires that were already well established. Besides wood and bone, dried dung and grasses were also valuable, temporary fuel sources. Temporary hunting camps needed portable, efficient fuel sources that wouldn't slow down movement. From dense forests to open plains, fuel management strategies adapted to local ecosystems. Faced with scarcity, ancient ingenuity meant considering every possible resource for survival. So, can bone actually burn? The answer is nuanced, depending on its composition. Fresh bone contains organic material and fat, which can contribute to its combustibility. Dry or grease-rich bone can sustain an already established fire, providing a prolonged burn. Bone is difficult to ignite alone, primary fuel like wood is usually needed to start combustion. Wood or other combustible materials start the initial fire, then bone can be added effectively. Burned bone fragments can result from deliberate fuel use or from accidental exposure to fire. Archaeologists study bone color changes, cracking patterns, and hearth position for clues. Bone color changes, from black to gray to white, indicate varying heat intensity exposure. Bone color changes alone don't prove deliberate fuel use, context is always vital for insight. Archaeologists look for several clues together: fragmentation, charring, and fire construction. Older remains can be heated by later fires built above them, further complicating the evidence. Ultimately, a burned bone is a significant clue, but never a complete explanation on its own. Now, we shift our focus to human remains, revealing another complex, ancient mystery. Were marks made on fresh or dry bone? Their location near joints provides vital clues. Sometimes, human remains show processing patterns eerily similar to butchered animal bones. Marrow-rich bones, both human and animal, could receive special attention for nutritional value. Identifying human tooth marks on bones provides direct, compelling evidence of consumption. At Goyet Cave in Belgium, Neanderthal remains show extensive processing, raising stark questions. These human bones displayed patterns akin to horse and reindeer butchery, suggesting consumption. While consistent with consumption, the broader motive at Goyet Cave remains scientifically uncertain. Gough's cave in Britain presented human remains extensively modified, suggesting complex behaviors. Skull fragments were shaped into containers, known as skull cups, hinting at both consumption and ritual. Maszyka Cave in Poland offers more evidence of intensive human bone processing from antiquity. Analysis at Maszyka points to the extraction of tissues and marrow, suggesting further processing. Interpreting such mortuary behavior and consumption always demands full archaeological context. Why would humans process other humans? There are several possible motives to consider. Survival cannibalism might occur during severe famine, isolation, or environmental disaster. Evidence of cannibalism does not automatically prove starvation. Other motivations may exist. Remains could belong to enemies or outsiders, processed during periods of intergroup conflict. Some processing could be part of mortuary practices, mourning, or transforming the deceased. Such acts might aim to return the body symbolically to the group or honor deep cultural beliefs. Skulls or other body parts could carry deep social or ceremonial meaning, beyond simple utility. Some remains were processed to recover muscle, marrow, or brain tissue for essential nutrients. We discuss these details scientifically, avoiding graphic imagery or descriptions of direct consumption. It's important to remember that multiple motives could operate within the same prehistoric event. Does the evidence suggest hunger, ritual, violence, or several motives operating at once? The deepest layers of prehistory hold actions whose intentions are now incredibly complex to unravel. Prehistoric human behavior was diverse. There was no single, universal way of life or thought. Natural processes, like animal gnawing or soil pressure, can also damage bones, mimicking human marks. Weathering, falling rock, plant roots, and water movement also alter bone surfaces over millennia. Specialists use microscopes and 3D surface analysis to differentiate subtle bone marks. Experimental cutting and breakage helps compare prehistoric tool marks with known processes. Animal tooth mark collections are crucial for comparison, helping to rule out non-human activity. Strong archaeological evidence builds slowly, moving beyond isolated, ambiguous clues. Weak evidence includes one unexplained scratch or a single burned fragment with poor context. Stronger evidence shows repeated anatomical cut marks, fresh bone breakage, and marrow extraction. Consistent processing patterns for human and animal remains, coupled with clear site context, strengthen the case. Good archaeology tests every less dramatic possibility before leaping to shocking conclusions. This rigorous approach ensures interpretations are grounded in solid evidence, not sensationalism. Bone fuel speaks to human resourcefulness in tough environments, making the most of scarcity. Yet, it also highlights the severe pressure created by limited vegetation in challenging terrains. Cannibalism evidence shows that human treatment of deceased bodies could vary immensely. Some cases reflect desperation, others, ritual or violence, many combine several complex meanings. Crucially, this challenging evidence does not define every prehistoric human group or culture. Care, burial, healing, and cooperation also enrich the archaeological record of our ancestors. Dark evidence is part of human history, but it is certainly not the whole human story. What does this reveal most clearly? Desperation, ritual, or incredible adaptability? Ancient humans were not simple. Their world was complex, demanding equally complex solutions. Back to our opening fire. The prehistoric survivor adds animal bone after the wood is lit. And our archaeologist studies the marked human fragment, now surrounded by several interpretations. Archaeology can reveal ancient actions, but it cannot always recover the full intentions behind them. Bone fuel was practical, cannibalism occurred at some sites, but neither defines every Ice Age human. The darkest discoveries show humans making choices in worlds we can barely imagine today. If you found this journey into prehistory intriguing, please like, share, and subscribe to Glacial. Which explanation seems most likely? Survival, ritual, conflict, or a mixture of these?